In 1980, Roland introduced the TR-808, or as it's commonly known, the 808. Unfortunately, at the time, the intended consumer, the rock artist, they weren't fans, but it did go on to be the official instrument of hip-hop. From Soul Sonic Force's Planet Rock to Marvin Gaye's Sexual Healing, the TR-808 was instrumental in shaping a ton of genres, not just hip-hop. The only problem was, Roland stopped producing them in 1983. But following the success of the TR-8, which Roland introduced 4 years ago, and more recently, the teeny tiny 808, the TR-08, Roland has introduced an even more powerful drum machine, the TR-8S. And it's more than an 808, it's a 909, it's a 707, it's a host of old school drum machines. And we're gonna take a quick look at this mechanism of bass. The new instrument in the company's R line expands on the features of the TR-8 with a ton of drum machines. It has the 808, the 909, the 707, the 727, the 606, all the big drum machines that Roland put out in the 80s, they're in there. It also has expanded pattern support, a huge library of sounds, and my personal favorite feature, sample support. The TR-8 and the 808 both support 2 sequences per pattern. The new TR-8S, it supports 8. And you can play them in order or jump from sequence to sequence while you're playing live. This is great if you're playing live. You can have multiple drum parts in a single pattern for a song. So you could have the intro, then the verse, then the chorus, then the verse, then the bridge, then back to a verse, then the chorus, and then an outro. You can have all those parts, as long as it's 8 or less, in a single pattern. Plus, each of these patterns can have its own custom kit. So you're not just using the 808 and the 909 and the 707 sounds. Roland has introduced a wealth of drum sounds into the TR-8S. And with it, you can build your own custom kit, borrowing from each of those drum machines and other sounds. And it's not just drum sounds either. The library offers a ton of audio samples as well. And this is where my favorite feature comes in. You can add your own stereo or mono samples to the TR-8S. So let's say you want, I don't know, a dog barking. You can put a WAV file on an SD card, slip that SD card into the SD card slot here in the back of the TR-8S, import it into a kit, and boom, you got dogs barking. There's also the ability to adjust the filters on an individual instrument or globally. Plus, there's this nifty new velocity-sensitive performance pad. With it, you can augment your recordings or your live performance on the fly. The TR-8S will be available for $699 this month. And keep an eye on Engadget in the coming weeks for a full review.